up, internet? Ryho here. I'm just picking up Cole. He's just finishing a few things up, and we are heading out to catch the Predator, which is a super unique name when you think about it. But we got Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and the Predator. If they have to make another movie, I don't know what they'll call it because they just don't know what to do. I don't think it'll be the Predator 2 or something like that. Anyway, going to catch that. We're a little tight on time, so we'll probably be talking very briefly before we go into the show, I would imagine. But yeah, we'll probably do like a brief summary of our thoughts before we go in, but just wanted to give you a quick preamble before I pick them up. Usually I do this at my house before I leave, but I was in such a rush. I tried to do one on the road. I have no idea if it's horrific or not, so I'm recording this one now. I'll probably use this one for the video. But if it's funny or not, maybe I'll put a little bit of the version with me driving. But I'll let you know my thoughts about the movie going in a couple of minutes here, I'd say. And yeah, that's that. Talk to you soon. All right, we're gonna try and do the pre part on the way there because we're gonna be tight for time. So thoughts going in. How do you feel about this one?
I don't know. I've got a fairly low bar for it.
Yeah, so do I.
I figure I'm hoping it to be better than Predators. You know, the last Predator movie was Predators.
That would be nice.
Which was not awful, but certainly not good.
So I rewatched Predator, Predator 2, and Predators this week. And I know you guys did a commentary on Predator last night. I had way worse. I in my mind, I disliked Predators more than I actually did. When I actually watched it, I was kind of like, you know what? It's not that bad. There's just, I don't know. I don't like Adrian Brody's character in it. And I know he's the main character, so it's tough to like a movie when you don't like the main character. But I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. That was one of my main drags on it. It wasn't that bad when I rewatched it, I guess. But yeah, it would be nice if it was better than that movie because that movie wasn't exactly a winner.
I mean, I like some of the concept, the idea of why they were chosen because they're specifically dangerous. But I didn't like the idea of the Predators having a specific hunting ground. Like, I thought the whole point was to hunt the things in their own environment, not move them into like some sort of predator nature preserve.
And like
that makes me think these are like amongst predators. These are like the weekend warrior, or lazy predators.
Yeah, like and they show them as like there's two tiers. Like they don't really describe the two tiers very well.
No,
the ones that we've seen up till that point are the regular ones, and then all of a sudden there's these big bad ones that are like way bigger and more powerful. And I'm like, really? Because the other guys actually went to the planet. Like when you think about the odds that are stacked against that group of people, it's a wonder that they get as far as they do. They stick these like vicious dogs on them that are like, murderous rampage themselves.
Yeah, I could have done without that too. I mean, the predators don't need to have hunting hounds or anything. They already have
it was
technology and know-how and all that stuff.
So that movie is kind of like a turkey. But I'm hoping for better than that, but I'm not hoping for a lot, especially with, the thing about Shane Black is it can go either way.
Yeah.
He writes funny dialogue and stuff like that, but I don't know. I wasn't nuts about Iron Man 3. I'm trying to think of what other movies he's done recently. He did The Nice Guys, which I didn't get to see.
That's okay. I
think that kind of got.
It's a bit overrated, I think, but it's good. I mean, it's certainly a fun movie to watch. But it's it's no game changer or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's the most recent thing I can think of that he did.
And now there's all this controversy about him hiring his buddy who was a sex offender.
No time to get into that.
I know. Anyway, so I don't know what that. I'm just wondering if it's going to cripple the movie.
That would be a shame.
Yeah, I just wonder
because this
could be the last Predator movie.
It's a sex offender that is registered and did serve his time. I'm not some sort of apologist for sex offenders, and I realize you can't put them in certain positions.
Yeah,
but I
guess the argument is that I think the scene was sexual in relation.
Maybe that's why.
And she's like, Olivia Munn is sort of like, you should never put me in that position without my knowing.
So I didn't know the full context, right? Because I'd be like, not to sympathize, but I mean, at what point these sex offenders, if they've served their time, they do have to make a living and do a job. We can't just remove them from society. But I can understand, if it's something sensitive like that, then yes, by all means, you don't put them in that position, and you especially don't do it with with other people and adding to their discomfort, blah blah blah. So I get that. But anyway, that's all I'll say about that. I guess
that's another thing altogether. But I'm just wondering what it will do to the sales of this movie. I mean, maybe it wouldn't have done that big anyway. But they're definitely putting on I'm seeing ads constantly for this movie, so we'll see what happens. I don't know.
I can't even I've never even seen a TV spot for it.
I haven't seen it on TV.
I don't watch a
It's
lot
all
of
been
TV, but
YouTube.
it's all been
and,
internet stuff.
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of live TV anymore, and I never see a movie trailer on there anymore, or very rarely.
Well, usually if I'm watching TV, it's just like one over and over again.
Yeah.
They have the one.
Yeah.
And this is obviously not part of that rotation.
This is not the one.
You know, I was at the bookstore a few weeks ago, and they pumped out, I guess probably pretty quickly, a prequel novel
Seriously?
to the movie.
Oh, wow.
And I was flipping through it, but I don't know, couldn't really.
Yeah, I
Wasn't
can't believe they went
I
that
don't
far
know.
with it. That's
I don't know if it was based on something that Shane Black had written. Obviously, you know, some other author had done it, or whatever.
Yeah, I assume that he's had this movie on the brain for a long time. I mean, he was involved with. He was in the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think he had any writing credits, but you know, that gives me a little bit of hope that he's come up with a cool idea. But I kind of worry it's going to go too into the comedic region. We'll see.
I'm worried because I think there's like some kids in this movie.
I think that's the thing. Yeah, like
I really don't want focus on kid characters. And
I have a bad feeling that there's a kid that I think the main crux of the movie is some kid finds out that the Predator's there or something like that. I don't know. I feel like the trailers I've seen recently, they've tried to like nix that a little bit. They always show the commando guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much the involvement is. So this could go either way. We'll see. I'm definitely cautiously going into this movie with low expectations, but it should be fun. Something to do.
Yeah, wasn't one I was planning to see. So
No, I know it's Predator. I like Predator. I just was like,
I mean, I saw the last one in the theater, so
yeah, I
might
saw
as
the last
well.
one too. So I think we went to the last one.
The sun is killing me.
Yeah, the sun's bad here. All right, well,
I
we'll
need
let
to
you guys
wear my
go for now,
sunglasses.
and we're going to make the rest of the trek here, and we'll talk to you after the show.
All right.
All right, so we just came out of The Predator.
It cleared my bar. It was better than Predators. Probably.
Yeah, by a smidgen.
Yeah.
It was definitely more entertaining than Predators, like in the sense that like it was over the top most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about though. We don't want to give away.
I don't want to give it. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's the most ambitious Predator. There's, quite a bit going on there.
Yeah.
It had a concept that I wish that they'd used a bit more, which was a predator hunting another predator, but there wasn't enough of it. It was over kind of too quickly, I thought. It would have been more entertaining if they had sort of one predator hunting another throughout the movie, but, it doesn't last as long as it could have, which is too bad.
Definitely. I don't want to go too spoilery. I'm not going to say something really spoilery about the story, but if you don't want to hear anything, then you'll want to stop the video for a little bit, and maybe I'll put something up on the screen. But the main predator in it is entirely CG.
Yeah.
Throughout
He had to be.
throughout the entirety of the film,
Because they-
which took me out of it a
spoilers,
bunch
They
of
give
times.
it like a super predator, which
They
feels unnecessary.
they hinted at in Predators, they have this whole bit where they Larry Fishburne explains to them that there's two classes. There's basically these bigger ones, and then there's the little ones. I feel like they were kind of playing on that a little bit.
It was like a concept of they were going from one of the reasons they went from planet to planet wasn't just to hunt, but also to like gather like DNA from other species so they could splice it with their own and make like more powerful hybrids, which I guess isn't too bad of a concept. It's okay.
It's an alright concept, but the main predator in the movie, I guess, ends up being this. I guess I was taken out by the CG a little bit, especially knowing that when they did Predators, they had Derek Mears played the big predator, and it looked fine.
Yeah,
like he looked bigger, he looked badder. I don't know why they couldn't have just done that with this one, but they went for like a CG predator, which I think could take some people out of it. Did for me.
yeah, he's like 11 feet tall. So.
It was really gory, like
Really?
way gorier than any like. Predator movies aren't exactly known for I guess they are kind of known for their gore because you usually see skin bodies and stuff like that, but this one took it to the next level.
High body count.
Yeah, high body count for sure. A lot going on. It just felt like the whole way through like the third act, like it was pretty muddled, moving kind of quick. I don't know. It was funny at times. It was entertaining. It was entertaining, I guess. And like you said, if you keep the bar nice and low, I think
it felt like Michael Bay's Predator.
Yeah, it was flashy. It was all
this. All this like focus on military stuff, and I don't know, a lot of like one-liners and
ton of one-liners. It was I kind of worried that it was going to be overly funny. They made it work. The main characters in the movie, the main team, are kind of
that felt
misfits.
That felt like the fucking A-Team movie.
Yeah, well, there was a point actually where they got onto a helicopter and the music was so imitating A-Team just for a moment.
Yeah.
Like, As soon as it happened, I was like, I almost wanted to say, is that the A-Team music?
Like, here's this quirky bunch of misfits, and they're out to.
Yeah, and that's kind of the whole the whole story there. Because, I mean, how else would it work? I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of it's I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's a ridiculous movie, so it works out, I guess.
It's all right.
Everybody was, I don't know, they were okay in it. I'm trying to think of any standout.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no standout acting because everyone's just kind of, like I said, over the top almost.
I mean, Keegan-Michael Key's a funny guy.
He's funny.
He has some funny bits, I guess.
Thomas Jane's character is kind of funny because he has Tourette's.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. But they're all kind of.
That's another thing. I mean, not to go too long about the movie, has kind of an odd focus on like mental health.
Yeah, it does. It really
does. The kid
does.
has Asperger's.
Yeah.
And they discuss that, how like that's sort of something that most people misunderstand. And
Yeah.
we don't know what a diagnosis is. And then there's the whole thing about like the whole group of misfits is these are military guys that have had various problems in combat. So a lot of them are suffering from various forms of PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's kind of a weird message though, because it's like implying like even the most broken soldier can still perform, which I don't know how realistic that is, you know, because the whole point is these guys were like rejects and they
Mm-hmm.
you know, they freaked out on the battlefield or something went wrong with them.
Yeah.
And yet here they're more badass. They're more capable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. It's a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what
I thought that was odd that they like focus on that. And like, I don't know if you caught the line, but there's a part where somebody says like something's retarded. And our main character is sensitive to that and says, hey, choose another word. And it is kind of funny. He goes, yeah, don't say retarded. His son is retarded. And you're like, whoa.
I think that might have been when I stepped out to just watch him because I didn't see that scene at all. I stepped out for like 1 second.
Somebody
took my moment and ran, and I think I missed that scene. I don't know. It's a popcorn movie. I don't know. I guess I could recommend it, and if you're, there's nothing else to see and you're hankering to see a movie, like I don't want to tell everybody to go pay a lot of money to see it. I want to support and Fred Decker was involved with it, and Fred Decker hasn't done anything in a long time, so I kind of want this to be a hit, but it just wasn't a knockout or anything like that.
No.
And like I said, I set the bar pretty low, so it was just.
It ends heavily implying a sequel.
Absolutely, yeah, and I can't see how that sequel's going to happen.
Which seems like it's going to be. Really
it was pretty
weird.
Cool.
It'd be really weird.
It would be really weird. Yeah, it'd be a really weird movie. But I would kind of want to see it, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on this one for sure. I wanted to like it more and more as it went, and then it just kind of got weirder and weirder.
It breaks a few rules, if you ask me. Like, I don't know how much I enjoy the concept of the Predator directly communicating with people.
Yeah, like he actually, and I know they've a few times in the other movies they've had the Predator say things.
But I like it.
But it's different.
Like even in like the Predator Alien movies, which I don't like, they show that when the Predators are like communicating with humans, it's still more through gestures and just your actions and stuff, which I just always thought was fine. It's like in this, the Predator is like leaving like messages and actually sending out stuff that is translated so they can understand them in English and stuff, like speaking directly to. I don't really like that concept.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. And like I said, like most of the things in the movie, they kind of introduced them out of nowhere, and then it's like the guy kind of offhandedly says, yeah, we figured out how to figure what they say. It sounds like chirps, but we figured it out. And then all of a sudden he's fucking talking. It's just we figured it out. It was kind of a groaner moment. I don't want to give anything else away, I guess. If you like the Predator films, you're probably going to want to see it anyway, just to kind of put that notch in your belt.
Sure.
And it's worth a viewing. I just, like I said, I don't want to tell people to run it. I think it's better than Predators because it was just so over the top and kind of silly and action, and
I just really didn't like the characters in Predators.
That's true too.
I wasn't very interested in them.
These characters
and like some of the, as over top as this, I haven't seen Predators in a while, and I know you have. It has some really odd things, like a Yakuza guy like trying to have a sword fight with a Predator and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Predators is pretty fresh on my mind, and I could say that I like this one better than Predators, even though I
feel like its biggest mistake was like I liked the concept of a predator coming and being hunted by another predator, and I felt like they just it wasn't long enough and they didn't expand on it. I felt like that could have been like running through the whole movie. The characters are
the other Predator movies, like especially the first one, there's like they're trapped in like this dense jungle. There's a claustrophobia about it, even though they're out in the wild. Yeah. And it's almost like a slasher film in that there's like a stalk and prey kind of a thing. And the second one still has that same kind of vibe. Again, they're in LA. They're in the concrete jungle, as they call it, and all this stuff. But it's still got this, like, there's this hunter and like this killer. that would have been
It's
such a
still
cool
very-
thing to
it's-
see
it's
in this
very
movie.
street level, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but that would have been a very cool thing to see. Would have been this other predators being hunted by the main predator,
Through that
and
sort of environment.
this movie just kind of, it doesn't feel like any Predator movie before. It's a completely different.
It moves
It's almost like a
around.
sci-fi movie.
It moves
Like really,
around
you know what I
a
mean?
lot.
Like I shouldn't say sci-fi movie. Of course, they're all sci-fi movies, but this one's. I mean, it opens with like the two ships battling and
Yeah. It's like a Star Wars opening.
yeah, like it's a different kind of Predator movie.
I guess they figure since there's enough Predator movies out there,
they got to do
don't-
something different.
and also they don't feel like to need to build up any suspense because you don't have to wait to see the Predator in
No,
this.
like
he's,
that.
he's there instantly.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
They
you
did
know?
that in Predators, which was annoying. You know, it takes. I think it's like 30 minutes in before
'Cause
you
at
see
least
Predator.
Yeah, in both.
It's like-
I mean, both Predator and Predator 2, they do a pretty good job of like, you know, having the people not know what's going on
Mhm.
and the Predators more being slowly revealed. Like they see the aftermath and stuff like that.
Yep.
And this one, they're just like, well, we've already done that, so here's the Predator.
Predator right up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
So, yeah, that's the Predator. I don't know if they have a sequel. I was joking in the clip before you got in the car. I was like, what are they going to call it? The Predator 2? They've got the Predator, Predator 2, Predators, the Predator.
Yeah. So I guess
They're
that.
running out of
So I
ideas.
guess the next one, logically, by that pattern, would be The Predator 2, followed by Predators 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
And eventually the Predator. I don't know.
the Predator.
Yeah.
Part 2.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
going to go with this. I don't know if they'll get another one out of this, but we'll see. I didn't realize we were watching a sneak preview, so there was no like we were,
Yeah, no, we didn't get any scene previews.
the movie just started at 7:15. Like we didn't know.
Yeah.
We were kind of lucky we got there in time. So I guess this is out tomorrow. So again, popcorn movie. If you're up for spending the money, you want to catch something, maybe on a matinee or something like that, definitely give it a watch. If you like Predator movies, you want to see that.
I mean, there's nothing else in the theater that's
Yeah.
interesting right now, like for mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
Atlantic Film Festival starting this weekend, and every year I try to get to some of those and
Mm.
stuff, but and I'll do that. But as far as mainstream stuff, I don't know.
The next movie I even care about is
Halloween.
Halloween. So we'll definitely be doing some Halloween stuff in the future. But that's everything for now. So we'll talk to you guys soon.
We'll see you
Hope you
later.
enjoyed. Peace.